Welcome to Viking Football with Bruce Barnum as the Vikings get ready for their season finale. Portland State hosts fourth-ranked Eastern Washington this Friday night. That's Friday night at Hillsboro Stadium, 7 p.m., and the Vikings shooting for a 500 record in the Big Sky this season. Coach, we'll talk about Eastern in just a moment. Let's talk about the game at North Dakota. We talk about it all year. Turnovers are always a factor. Your team plays very well. Defense shuts down North Dakota, but turnovers in the end made the difference, unfortunately, for the Vikings.
They did. Offense, very unlike us. We haven't been turning the football over, especially the running back position. But two turnovers, one ended up being a score, so in a tight game like that, you can't do that. Defense played well, good enough to give us a chance all the way through it. Second half offensively, I thought our group got it going, and we were moving the field, but with, spit up two turnovers in a game that tight, you're not going to win.
In a very close game for the second week in a row, a very different kind of game than Idaho State. It does have to feel pretty good that your team is competing this well against some pretty high-level programs, and one in an offensive struggle, one in a defensive struggle, to know that you've got both sides of the ball playing pretty well.
I'm happy with where we're at. We're not winning. I wanted to win that football game. Everybody did. I'm involved with this program and anybody that watches, but I like what's coming back. I like going into this week. We have 12 seniors leaving, and the group coming back, the attitude, the fight, the resilience. They're going to win a lot of football games.
All right, let's talk big picture for just a minute, since this is our last week of playing football. Talk about both sides of the ball. First of all, the transformation of the defense, a defense that, quite honestly, ranked last in the Big Sky last year. This year, you take a look at the numbers, and Portland State's right at the top. I believe third right now in total defense, which is pretty good considering where they came from. What's been the key to the transformation on that side of the ball?
A lot goes into it. We honestly, we decided to invest in it more, probably in recruiting, and we're going to do it again because defense wins championships. Everybody can score in this conference, it seems, But if you can stop somebody and make them punt 2 or 3 times extra, you're going to have a chance. So I went out and pursued Pyam, and what he's brought, not the X's and O's, but just the culture that he's brought to that side of the football and how they're playing together. That's fun to watch, and now we're going to be able to watch it get faster as we go into another recruiting cycle, and it'll be a smarter defense as well.
And then offensively, the team has gotten progressively better over the course of the season. I think that's kind of a trademark of a young team. Your offense is very young, especially when you look at the skill position guys, so you have to feel good about their development and the fact that most of them are back.
Almost every one of them. Mike, we're losing Josh at left tackle and Pete Fish-Keller at right tackle, but I like who's waiting to take their spots, so we're not going to miss a beat offensively. We're going to get to this game, get better again, chase a win, and then we're going to go into spring ball a little earlier just to keep the learning process going. We're going to do spring ball in February, into February this year. Be done before spring break so we can spend the rest of the time in the weight room. So plans coming together.
All right, now as we look at Eastern Washington, the Eagles whipping up on UC Davis last week, and the Eagles have a lot to play for, a Big Sky championship, a playoff game at home, all kinds of reasons that the Eagles want to win this football game on Friday night, even though they're pretty much assured a playoff berth already. Talk about how good that program is. Obviously, it's always been good offensively, and this year the defense is every bit as good as the offense.
The defense is picked it up. They've got a group of seniors. I think they have one junior on their entire defense playing right now. Those guys they're fun to watch. They're making stops. They're getting turnovers. They had 5 turnovers last week versus UC Davis. Probably their biggest advertised game of the year, nationally. But that's the game. If you're going to turn the football over, you're not going to have a chance. So that 5 ended up in a blowout with them versus UC Davis last week. But Aaron's doing a heck of a job. Everybody had a question. Aaron Best, he's an old lineman. What's he doing as a head coach? But he's doing a hell of a job keeping it going and picking it up, you know, adding to it. So it's a fun matchup, you know. This game doesn't seem like the record matters. You know, it is a rivalry game. It seems like these two teams always get after each other.
And on offense, the quarterback, All-American quarterback Gage Gubrud goes down mid-season. They bring in a new kid, Eric Barriere, and last few weeks he's been just as good as Gubrud.
He has. He had a rough start at Weber, you know, and that's really only his bad game from there. He's improved each week. You know, they have injuries just as well. They had a great kid, local guy, Zach Eagle. You know, one of their wide receivers went down. They just stepped some more guys in, and they're fun to watch as well. They're scoring a lot of points, and they're playing fast. So it'll be a challenge to get after the Eagles this week.
All right, Eastern Washington ranked 4th in the nation, probably the best team the Vikings will face all year. I'll throw out the fact that Portland State's last nationally ranked opponent ended up being a victory. That was at Montana, so we'll take that. Hopefully as an omen. Coach, what's your keys to victory this week?
Turnovers, Mike. I'm going to say it again, you know. That's the biggest one. And we're going to have to get after their defense. I'm sure they're going to come after us. I'm sure, you know, who knows the plan. I have a pretty good idea, you know, how I think they're going to try to stop us offensively, and we're going to have to try to come what's the word? We're going to have to corral.
Circle the wagons.
Circle the wagons on that quarterback and try to slow him down a little bit.
All right, there it is. The Vikings season finale this Friday night, Hillsboro Stadium, taking on 4th-ranked Eastern Washington. It's a 7 o'clock game. You can watch it on Pluto TV, channel 232. You can hear the game on 103.7 FM, The Legend. That's on the radio. And if you need more information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.